Welcome to this explainer. Picture this for a second. You step onto the pitch. You're the reigning world champions. You've got the weight of global expectations sitting squarely on your shoulders. And then, bam, you find yourself shockingly trailing just minutes into your opening match. No way, right? Well, that is the exact dramatic reality France faced against Australia during the 2022 World Cup. We're going to break down exactly how this absolute thriller unfolded.
Okay, let's dive into this, because literally nobody anticipated a moment that would throw the entire stadium into such total disbelief. Now, just like they did 4 years earlier in Russia, these two teams squared off in the group stage. But early on, France had absolutely no answer to Australia's opening strike. It was just a flawless execution that put the heavyweights right on their back foot.
Section 1. A shocking start. Now, the anatomy of Australia's opening goal was just brilliant. This didn't happen by accident. First off, you've got this towering figure, Harry Souttar, who, by the way, hadn't even played much for Stoke City because of an injury, and he delivers this incredible sweeping ball across the pitch. Then, Matthew Leckie totally takes out the French defenders to set up an absolute peach of a cross. Finally, Craig Goodwin steps right into position A1, keeps his eye glued to the ball, and delivers a beautifully measured finish right over his knee. And, making matters so much worse for France, defender Lucas Hernandez tragically collapsed during this play with a really severe knee injury. Just a disastrous start.
In those chaotic first few minutes, these two teams couldn't have looked more different. It was like night and day. Australia was playing with this unbelievable high-octane energy. Whenever they were gifted cheap possession, they maximized it. Mitchell Duke unleashed a tremendous shot that went just wide, fully stretching Hugo Lloris. A bit later, Jackson Irvine actually hit the post. They were inches away from making it 2-0. Contrast that with France. They were totally struggling. Misplaced passes were everywhere, and even their star, Antoine Griezmann, was uncharacteristically turning the ball over. The aggressive Aussie game plan completely rattled a very shaky French squad.
Section 2. France finds an answer.
So what's the crucial takeaway from those early moments? 3. Just 3. In those frantic opening stages, veteran striker Olivier Giroud had a mere 3 touches of the ball. That was the absolute fewest of any outfield player on the pitch. He was completely isolated, basically a ghost out there, while Australia totally controlled the tempo.
But let's look at how this momentum violently shifted, breaking it down into 3 rapid phases. From that opening shock, we fast forward right into phase 2. Theo Hernandez, who came on for his injured brother, puts a brilliant delivery right on a silver platter into the box. That allows Adrien Rabiot to comfortably nod a header right past a helpless Matt Ryan. Just his 3rd senior international goal. And almost instantly, that unlocked phase 3, where France completely flipped the script and grabbed the lead.
So how exactly did phase 3 happen? Let's walk through the sequence. Step 1. It honestly started with a real gift. A pretty unsmart, poor pass out from the back by the Australian captain, Matt Ryan. Step 2. France immediately pounces. Kylian Mbappé delivers this lovely, totally unselfish backheel to Rabiot. Now, Rabiot could have easily taken the shot himself, right? He just scored. But instead, we get step 3. He spots the big man in the middle and sets up Olivier Giroud for a simple, straightforward side foot finish. That sequence of brilliant, unselfish passing gifted Giroud his 50th goal in a French shirt. Australia invited the pressure, and man, they paid the ultimate price.
Section 3. The Mbappé effect.
The match commentary honestly hit the nail on the head here. They said, the man who electrified the 2018 finals just bristles with talent. And it's so true. Mbappé was just a constant, terrifying threat all night. Australia simply had no answer for his movement. Whether he was exchanging these crisp, lovely passes with Griezmann or making blinding runs down the flank, he was quite literally everywhere. And this all culminated beautifully when he finally got his head onto the ball, sending it in right off the post to make it 3-1. There was absolutely no denying him.
Section 4. Giroud ties the record.
51. With that single number, Olivier Giroud tied the legendary Thierry Henry as the joint all-time record goal scorer for the French national team. I mean, you could see exactly what it meant to him out there on the pitch. It's a massive, truly historic achievement.
And this brilliantly illustrates the exact mechanics of this historic, record-tying goal. Step 1. It's entirely created by Mbappé's unstoppable change of pace. He beats his man not once, but twice, just to deliver this perfect, high-quality cross. Step 2. Look at Giroud's veteran positioning. He has that elite spatial awareness to see the whole picture developing in front of him, tracking the flight of the ball flawlessly. And step 3, he finishes it off with a quality header, purposefully driving the ball hard down into the turf. Matt Ryan committed to the right side and just couldn't shift his feet fast enough to stop it. It was an absolute masterclass in striking.
Section 5. The final verdict. Let's wrap this up.
So this match leaves us with two very distinct realities. First, we absolutely cannot ignore the underdog's threat. Australia genuinely rattled the world champions. They took an early lead, they nearly made it 2-2, and late in the game, they even slipped in behind the defense, forcing Lloris to make a save pouch to stop a late consolation goal. But ultimately, they were just overwhelmed by the champions' depth. France secured a dominant 4-1 victory, running absolute riot. And remember, actually, let me emphasize this, they did all of this without the reigning Ballon d'Or holder, Karim Benzema. They even had depth defenders like Ibrahim Konate nearly scoring a 5th goal, denied only by an acrobatic stop from Ryan. Insane depth.
So it leaves us with this final thought. If France can dominate a game like this, shaking off a shocking start, missing the best player in the world, and watching their veteran striker tie the all-time scoring record, can any defense withstand their awakened momentum? It is a terrifying prospect for the rest of the tournament. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and definitely keep this breakdown in mind as we gear up to analyze the next big matchup.